monthly time frame. Copper is the third most widely used metal. It is prized for its exceptional electrical conductivity, thermal conductivity, corrosion resistance, ductility, and recyclability. It has become the bedrock of our industries. And if you look at the structure, you will see why the market is heavily calibrated. If you look at the price action in 2005, you'll see the price action from here, 2005, price create a resistance structure on a monthly time frame. I want to put it into perspective because the wicks are what constitute the structure of the market. These are ROS levels. Resistance becomes support and break of structure on monthly time frame. Copper is widely in sought after metal for electrical electronics, construction, transport, industrial machinery, consumers, and others. And the key important area is application in medical. It's very important to understand that the manufacturing process of copper is a little bit complex. There are two ways we can engage in the manufacturing of copper. One is regular pyrometallurgy. 80-85% of global production follow this process. It is mined, crushed, grind, fruit flotation, smelting, converting sent to a blaster, fire fining, and electro refining. And it's a process for you to see that shiny, almost sharing the same physical characteristics with gold. They are both shiny. Copper can be polished to look like gold, and if you're not mistaken, you may think it's gold, but it's not gold. But look at the structure of the market, look at the calibration on a monthly time frame. If you take that roof and bring it to the floor, it is the same. The trend angle is the same. This is what tells you that the market is calibrated. It's mathematically structured. And we have a lot of evidence to back our claim. So copper has actually come to a point of correction after we have seen price in the month of December tapping into the long-term supply roof. We are seeing that market is awaiting a potential breakout, and such momentum not there yet. But we can also see that the structure has held firmly, and look at that structure there. Look at the beautiful calibration. Look at that trend line running smoothly, perfectly, well calibrated. Where you see that interchange, it's what makes market structure trading undefeatable. Market structure never lies. It never lies. Every other strategy can lie, but I will tell you for free based on evidence I have never seen, even if we have, some one or two mistakes in our structure, but I always see them and I always make correction. If you follow me very well, you see here is a resistance structure, support structure, and interchange price return here as a resistance structure, break of structure, and you see here price broke the structure again, return here as a resistance structure, with the monthly candle closing below the trend line. All it took was liquidity. It grabs liquidity close below structure, it grabs liquidity close below structure, and ultimately the body of a monthly candle close above the ascending trend line, changing bias from bearish to bullish. A new rally began. By May 2026, it took liquidity downside and upswing to attend the current ascending trend line, acting as dynamic resistance running from 2006. You see, another way copper can be manufactured is through hydrometallurgy, mainly oxide ores or lower grade materials, the heap leaching with acid, copper rich solution, solvent extrusion, concentrate solutions, and electrowinning are copper cathodes. And or you can secondary production from scraps is also significant and highly efficient because copper is 100% recyclable without quality loss. So whatever the amount of electrical cables, from coil, from transformers, from other machineries, from heavy industrial machine, you can recycle them and run them and get a brand new copper. That is the beauty of copper, recyclability without any loss. And in the field of medicine, it has it has a very strong natural antimicrobial property, it kills a lot of bacteria. The copper ions disrupt microbial cell membranes, generate reactive oxygen species, damage DNAs and protein, and kill bacteria, viruses, and fungi. It has been documented from many medical journals the use cases of copper in medical treatment. In the wound dressing, antimicrobial coating, medical devices, implants, surgical instruments, and it's very, very vital. When it comes to treating infection, copper has done very well. You know, so the future of copper is very much is growing. I'll tell you for free. So what we see here is most likely that the structure might might want to come down, but is head firmly on a monthly time frame. So I want to see it pick liquidity on a monthly time frame from here. This is where you have a genuine support on a monthly time frame. Silver at 5.60277. You may want to buy as long as the monthly candle does not close below the ascending trend line. Price could return, break out from the roof, and continue sale. We could see that its demand might continue to improve, and we'll see it extend rally into $9, 9.5 per ton. Very much possible. Very much. Very, very much possible. This is what we see from the structure of the market because it has played on so many occasions. You see here, price played here as a supply roof, using here as a demand floor. Return here again, broke the structure, return here as a supply roof, entire supply roof, return here as a demand floor. But the beauty is to see that the structure has maintained one trend angle. We clone the roof and bring it to the floor, and it gives us exactly the same. And we take it back, you see, it gave us exactly where market reacted in the month of January. From the three resistance level, the two key resistance level, resistance becomes support, resistance becomes support. The two of them gave us a trend angle that is perfect. And when we brought it to the floor to check the calibration, it turns out that what we're doing is real. Sometimes you need to do calibration to see if what you're doing is real or not. Reaction here gave us an ascending trend line, and exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. So the next thing we want to see is I believe that silver might rally again, a push again, we align, we'll have a pending roof here. There is a pending roof here, and I'll tell you for free, most likely based on what silver is doing, the next push of silver might head into $7.9 if we have that bullish, trajectory continue the way it's going, except we're going to have a major pullback. Of course, there is volatility in every market. There is volatility, and we have seen it before. And I will show you an example, a case study where we had a severe volatility in the price of copper, and we have seen a drastic drop in price. Look at what rice did here in 2008 during the Great Depression. You see, entire 2008, copper fell tremendously. Copper fell in 1, 2, 3, 4 months. We've seen the price of copper crash. Price is at that level. So one has to be very, very careful. The price where copper is now, it's at the price of correction. That's the simple truth. That is the structure of the market. So if you're an industrialist, whatever you are doing, you need to be very careful that the price can somersault or the price can continue to go parabolic from where it is. But from where the market is telling me that copper could go into correction. But whatever correction it goes, that 5.60 222 remains an important support as long as price does not close, a monthly candle does not close below this blue, this green ascending trend line. Copper is good to reverse. Break below that will ultimately call for correction, and a call for correction will return price into the zone where I see a technical demand floor, a previous broken supply roof tested as a demand floor once, it will come back again to be confirmed as a new demand floor, where we'll see that copper will peak liquidity again and rally. Will this be possible? No one can tell. But for the fact that there was something that led to the price of copper crashing in 2008 during the global financial meltdown, we have seen it in 4 months, copper drop, copper can come down here. Nothing is practically impossible because a lot of people are trading paper copper. So they are not owning physical copper. So this what makes manipulation in the market very easy. So if I will yet to check the commitment of trade of copper to see the net position of commercials in copper market. I will check. So we'll check and see what the COT for copper is so that we can use the COT data to marry the market structure and look at other economic factors that could affect the price of copper. But I think there will be a pullback. There will be a pullback, most likely to peak liquidity into area of demand. For gold, we have checked gold. Majority commercials are going short and they want to sell into demand and buy back. And copper is in a good place. It could break out from this roof and continue upward trajectory. It's possible. So let's just watch it and see what um, what it gives. Let's just watch it and see what it gives. Oh man, the copper.